Wonderful to see all of you here this evening as we celebrate Spencer and Brooks' B'nai Mitzvah, an opportunity to come together as a community and celebrate Shabbat. And the cantor begins our service, Hine Matov.
Hine Matov u'manayim, Shevet achim kam yachad. 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 Hine Matov u'manayim, Shevet achim kam yachad.
And so now it's my honor to invite our proud mothers of our B'nai Mitzvah, Tracy and Stephanie, to come up to the bima, along with any grandmothers like to come up as well, and sisters, to help us with the blessing for the candles for Shabbat. I ask everyone now to please rise.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
And you may be seated. And now we turn in our prayer books to page 5. We begin at the very middle of the page. Shalom Aleichem Malchei Hasharet, Malchei Elyon.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Olachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchoni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zeichem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Page 13, Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash.
Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shir Ladonai kol haaretz, Shir Ladonai b'chol shemo, basra miyom leyom. ישועתו. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. ספרו וגויים כבודו, וכל העמים לפלותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומחולל מאוד. נערכו על כל אלוהים, שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. כי כל אלוהי העמים מלינים, ואדוני שמיים עשה, לפניו. עוז ותפארת במקדשו, שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. יאללה לילה לי, יאללה לי, יאללה לילה לי, יאללה לי, יאללה לילה לי, יאללה לי, יאללה לילה לי, יאללה לי. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. שירו לאדוני, שירו לאדוני.
The psalmist tells us on Shabbat, the heavens shall be glad and the earth rejoice, the sea and its fullness roar. Yismechu Hashemayim, page 14.
ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותסתכל הארץ. ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותסתכל הארץ. ירום הים, ירום הים, ירום הים, אלוהי. ירום הים, ירום הים, ירום הים, אלוהי. ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותסתכל הארץ. Bottom of 20. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו.
And now we turn to page 23. Come, my beloved, to welcome the bride. Let us now greet Shabbat as she arrives. Top of page 23.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת תקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת תקבלה. שמעו וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיעו
please take a moment and welcome all those around you with a good Shabbos. Shabbos. James. And now I invite all those in mourning to remain standing for the words of the mourner's Kaddish, which is found on page 30. Yitzgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, b'yamah divrach yiruteh v'yamlik malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayet dekol beit Yisrael, ba'agalav v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevorach leolam omei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitatar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekurusha brichu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiram b'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. And I invite everyone to please rise for the Baruch Hu, page 39.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed.
You may be seated. With timeless love, you have loved your people, the house of Israel. You have taught us Torah, mitzvot, statutes, and laws. Therefore, Adonai, our God, as we lie down and as we rise up, we shall speak of your laws, rejoicing in the words of your Torah and your mitzvot forever and ever. Avat Olam, page 40.
Avat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Beit Yisrael, Ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chokim u'mishpatim, Chokim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadta.
We turn to page 41 as one of our bar mitzvah. Lead us in the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anarchim etzabecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinatam v'vanecha ve'divarta bam b'shivtecha ve'techa uvletecha v'derech uvershofbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha ve'hayu l'titafot ben einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot peitecha uvisharecha.
We continue silently with the paragraphs on page 42.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Who is like you, Adonai, among the mighty? Who is like you, adorned in holiness, revered in praise, working wonders? Micha Mocha, page 44.
Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar b'kodesh nora nora. Nora tehilo, osei fele. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar b'kodesh nora nora. Nora tehilo, osei fele. Malchutcha ra'uvanecha, bokei hayom lifnei Moshe. Zeli, Zeli, Anu ve'yameru, Malchutcha ra'uvanecha, bokei hayom lifnei Moshe. Zeli, Zeli, Anu ve'yameru. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar b'kodesh nora nora. Nora tehilo, osei fele. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar b'kodesh nora nora. Nora tehilo, osei fele. Adonai imloch leolam va'ed. Adonai imloch leolam va'ed. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar b'kodesh nora nora. Nora tehilo, osei fele, osei fele, osei fele.
Allow us, Adonai our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel, and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us. Hashkivenu, page 45.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom v'hamidenu Malkeinu שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
And we turn to page 46, V'shamru v'nei Yisrael.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ובן בני ישראל אות היא לעולם, אות היא לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Please rise.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח, יתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי לקודשו בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דן מאירן בעלמא, ואמרו אמן.
We now continue silently with silent Amidah, beginning on page 47 through page 52. God, grant abundant and lasting peace to your people Israel. For you, God, are the sovereign master of all the ways of peace. May it please you, God, to bless your people Israel at all times with your gift of shalom. Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam V'Shalom Rav al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam V'Shalom Rav al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Tasim Leolam Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam V'Shalom Rav al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Tasim Leolam V'tov בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim
peace to praying for healing. For those that we may know in our families, in our community, we think of healing for the victims in Israel, for the hostages, and their families, the Israeli soldiers bravely fighting against terrorists. We think of all of them. We wish them refuah shlema, a complete healing, as the cantor now leads us in a Misha Barak prayer. You may be seated. We continue now on page 54 with Kaddish Shalem.
בעלמא דברה קירותי, וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון ומלכון ובחיי לכו בית ישראל, בעגלה בזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן, יהי שמי רבא מבורך, לעולם ולעולמי עמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה, שמי רקודשה. בריחו לילה מקובר חטא ושירתה, תשבחת ונחמתה, דמירון מעלמה ואימרו, אמן. תתקבץ לתחנו ותלכו ישראל, חודם עבור משמיה ואימרו, אמן. יהי שלום רבה משמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואימרו, אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואימרו,
Shabbat Shalom. I really like our weekday tunes, but I've been humming the melody for 9 to 5 all week. So thanks a lot, Kenner Goldman. Anyway, Diane and I voted this past week. You know, turnout for primary elections is often not very high. A very small number of voters can determine who will win a political office in the general election in so many districts because they are all gerrymandered. So if the district is a safe position for a Democrat, the winner of the primary will be the winner of the general election. And obviously the same is true in districts that are safe for Republicans. We often complain about the political environment in our country. It is filled with angry, ugly diatribes, name-calling, intentional mischaracterization of an opponent's history or policy positions. And now we even have potential deep fake ads that use computer graphics or voice simulations to make it appear that an opponent is saying something or doing something reprehensible. Because we have First Amendment in this country and we prize and cherish free speech, it's almost impossible to control the nature of political discourse. And because we have the First Amendment separation of religion and state, I am certainly not going to tell you tonight who to vote for in the primary election. But I did learn some things as we prepared to vote in the primary, and I wanted to share them with you, even though many of you may have already voted and others of you may have already thought about these things, but I thought it was worth repeating this evening by way of encouraging us to go out and vote, even in a primary election. First of all, you need to know where to go to vote. Diane and I usually vote at the Turkish mosque on West Belfort, near the Sam Houston Parkway. But for the primary election, it was not a polling place. So if we had just showed up there, we would have been disappointed. What we did do was Google Harris County voting locations. And surprisingly, we got the official map of places that we can vote. So we selected a place that was convenient for us. If you still haven't voted yet, be sure you choose, if you go to that website, to choose election day voting places, because they're different from early voting election locations. The Turkish mosque, for instance, is going to be a voting location on election day, this coming Tuesday. The next thing to know is that there are dozens of judges up for election. Among many other national, state, and local positions, the ballot is really quite long. So if you want to have any idea about who to vote for, you will probably have to do some research before you go to vote. A couple of years ago, Diane and I joined the League of Women Voters. If you haven't heard about that, there's one for the state of Texas and one for the city of Houston. You can Google League of Women Voters and find their websites. I found the Texas one to be more helpful. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan organization that provides lots of information about candidates and about propositions, if there are any. There weren't any in the primary, so that you can make informed choices at the ballot box. Most of this information is on their website, but now that we are members, we received in the mail a newspaper-like magazine with a wealth of information about every single candidate and their positions on various issues. We also reached out to a few friends who have political views similar to ours, but who are more connected with local politics. They gave us their choices for candidates. You can also download a sample ballot. You can Google Harris County Sample Ballot 2024, and you will find the Harris County Clerk's Office official website and the page, What's on My Ballot? Once we had the sample ballot and the recommendations from friends and looking up a few of the candidates on the League of Women's Guide, we compiled a ballot with our choices. This all took about 3 or 4 hours. And you might think, why bother? That's a lot of work. And who cares about the election anyway? Well, this is perhaps the single most important political action that we can take in the United States. Writing or calling our elected officials about issues that are important to us is also a critical civic duty in a democracy. Supporting campaigns of candidates, either financially or by volunteering, is especially effective. And I understand that attending the local Democratic or Republican Party convention to express your views is another way to make your voice heard. I understand that we are going to need to express our support for aid to Israel at both parties' conventions. But not all of us have the financial means to donate to campaigns, nor the time to volunteer canvassing a neighborhood. In light of our limited resources of time and money, spending a few hours to know who you want to vote for in a coming election is not really asking a lot. Do you want our congressmen or senators to, that's probably a campaign phone call right there. I've been getting text messages, dozens every day, you know. Do you want our congressmen and senators to know our views about supporting Israel in its defense against Hamas? Do you want our local leaders to know your views about a women's right to reproductive health care? Do you want them to know your views about immigration and border security policies? Do you want them to know your views about funding of public schools and funding for education of children with special needs? Expressing our views by phone or letter is essential so that our political leaders know what their constituents want. But we also have an opportunity, once every couple of years, to elect officials that we know will be receptive to our positions on these various issues. Now, beware of getting information about candidates or even information about issues that you care about from social media. That is where a lot of misinformation is spread. Rabbi Strauss gave an important sermon about the dangers of TikTok, for instance, and you can find it on our YouTube channel. But all of the social media is awash in false or misleading pictures, audio and video recordings, and irate rantings of strangers. For the best information, seek out legitimate news sources and people that you know who are informed on the subjects that you care about. In the book of Esther that we're going to read in about 3 weeks on Purim, we see a world in many ways like our own. As you probably know, God is not mentioned anywhere in the book of Esther. There are no obvious miracles involved in the story. The Jewish people are threatened by an anti-Semitic prime minister named Haman. Want to make noise? No? Getting practiced here. And God is not coming to the rescue in the story. Fortunately for us, the queen of the powerful Persian Empire happens to be Esther, a Jewish person, and she is able to use her influence to enable the Jews to defend themselves. We too live in a powerful country, and we don't have miracles that we see every day. We also live in the most powerful country in the world right now. And what happens here will affect not only us, not only our support for the only Jewish state of Israel, but also for the entire, but also for the struggle between democracies and authoritarian regimes, between freedom of speech, religion, and conscience, and repressive dictatorships. Who we vote for, even in a local election, will affect the nature of the society in which we live and the future of the spaceship that we call planet Earth. For so many centuries, Jews in much of Europe were disenfranchised. We had no say in who became the leaders of the countries that we lived in. We were often thought of as outsiders and foreigners. Here in the United States, we have been blessed to be recognized as full citizens. The Constitution gives us the right to celebrate and worship according to our own religious faith and traditions. Ever since the King Cyrus of Persia allowed the Jews to return home and build the temple, we have instituted a prayer for the welfare of the government under which we lived. We have seen it as a religious duty, as well as a civic duty, to be good citizens of the countries that we inhabited. Although we couldn't participate in choosing the leaders of those countries, some Jews did manage to serve as financial or political advisors of kings and queens. But America has been the most hospitable country in the diaspora for Jews that we've ever lived in. Because this country is founded on principles of democracy, a separation of religion from government, and justice and equality for all of its citizens. Our prayers generally ask God to inspire our leaders with wisdom and insight to carry out their duties with justice and kindness, and to acknowledge the intrinsic worth and dignity of every human being. We can and should petition our elected officials, write letters, make phone calls, and otherwise express our opinions on matters being considered in local, state, and federal governments. And if Jewish texts reflect a particular viewpoint on some issue, we should let our representatives know what our tradition teaches us about it. But the ultimate fundamental right of all U.S. citizens is the right to vote. It is the right which forms the bedrock of our democracy. We cannot complain about our government if we are too lazy to learn about the issues, the candidates, and the positions that they have, and to take the time to go to the polls and cast our ballots. In fact, if Moses was alive today, I am sure that he would tell us, "Let my people vote. So shall it be written, so shall it be done." Shabbat shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi Morgan, for a very important and timely reminder to vote by this Tuesday, which is our primary election. So let's continue on our service, and we rise as the ark is opened. Page 56 for the Elenu.
לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ועושה ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת זו בגובי מרומים, ואלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום בהשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ועל כן כמלך הלילה, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמעו אחד.
And now we invite all those in mourning to remain standing for the words of the mourner's Kaddish. It's found on page 58. And this week at Beth Yeshurun, we offer condolences to the families of Jay Hoffman, Glenn Rosenbaum, Diane Jaffe-Bailiff, Gerald Fanaroff, Lonnie Luchnick, and Reba Eskowitz-Maggots. Page 58. Yitzgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach yurete v'yamlik malchute, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayed v'kol beit Yisrael, v'agalav izman kariv v'yimru amen, yehi shmei rabbah mevorach leolam omei amaya, yitzbarach v'yishtabach b'chba'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei de kedusha brechu, le'ela min kol berkata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiram b'yama v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. And you may be seated. So we have some anniversaries to celebrate this evening. And first, celebrating their 15th wedding anniversary, one of our B'nai Mitzvah parents, Stephanie and Josh Cohen. Mazel tov. Celebrating their 15th anniversary. So y'all get to rise. And I know what you're celebrating this year, a beautiful bar mitzvah of your son Spencer. And it's also a special weekend as well. As Josh, it's your parent, Leslie and Jan's 47th anniversary this week. So we ask you to rise. Now, Leslie and Jan, you have a lot to celebrate in addition to your first grandchild's bar mitzvah, of course, this weekend. Over this past year, you welcomed your 7th grandchild, Cora, born to your daughter and son-in-law, Susie and Brian. As the four of you celebrate this beautiful weekend, I wish you only more simchas, more health, and only more blessings with your growing family. Mazel tov on your anniversaries. Now celebrating their 54th wedding anniversary, Ruth and Richard Hirschfeld. Mazel tov. What a wonderful accomplishment, 54 years. And you're blessed to have celebrated a good milestone this past year. Richard, you celebrated your 80th birthday. You celebrated with your family who gathered over a long weekend to celebrate everyone's love And as you often say in your family, you wished Richard until 120 plus 15 days. Only continue good health and blessings, and surrounded by many family members and friends who love you. Happy 54th wedding anniversary. Mazel tov. Now we have a few important anniversaries, a silver and a golden anniversary. And as our custom here at Beth Yeshurun, I like to call them up to the bima. First, celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary, Elise Mark Newman, Mazel Tov. And celebrating their 50th anniversary, Amy and Aaron Grenadier. Please come up to the bima as well. And y'all come up. So I want to say a few things about each of you, because we have a lot to celebrate tonight. And Mark and Elise, you were married at the Galleria Hotel here in Houston by Rabbi Siegel 25 years ago. You have 3 beautiful sons, wonderful sons that are here this evening, Elliot, Miles, and Aaron. I asked you, what are some extra information I can share? I love that you said that both your parents, Mark, your parents married 56 years, Elise, your parents were married for 59 years. I know your mom is with us in spirit, and we're happy to have your dad here, and Mark, your parents here. Been married for so long, and they showed you what a loving and long-lasting marriage looks like. They served as a model for the two of you. And asked you, what's your secret to long-term success? You said compromise, interest in each other's happiness, a sense of humor, a division of roles and responsibilities, and of course, love and respect. May it continue for many years to come. Mazel tov on your 25th wedding anniversary. So Amy and Aaron, what a pleasure it is to have you here this evening as you celebrate 50 years of marriage. And you were married at the Warwick Hotel on March 3rd, 1974, officiated by our beloved Rabbi Jack Siegel and cantor George Wagner. You've been blessed with 2 sons, Michael and Drew, who both had their B'nai Mitzvah here at Beth Yeshurun. You enjoy spending time with each other and traveling to beautiful and interesting places here and across the world as you continue to cross off your bucket list, visiting many U.S. national parks between the Grand Canyon and Mount Rushmore, and you recently returned to celebrate your 50th anniversary with a trip to Australia and New Zealand. And I asked you, what's the secret to long-term success in your marriage? And you said you've remained in love and have become also and remained best friends. You listen to each other, support each other, and most importantly, you compromise and your arguments are over quickly. You've also found that having a sense of humor and laughing together is always important. What a wonderful time to celebrate the two of you as you celebrate 5 decades, 50 years of marriage. Mazel tov, and only more blessings to come. So for our 2 couples this evening, may God continue to bless you and keep you, show his favor and be gracious to you, and only show you kindness and all the blessings that marriage offers. And let us say, Amen. Now stay up here for just a moment. Before we sing the 2 of you, Simon Tov and Mazel Tov, I want to call up one other couple as well to celebrate. Now, one of the goals of any rabbi, especially our young rabbi, is to attract new members, to go out and get new members to join Beth Yeshurun. And Rabbi Ford, as you know, has done a wonderful job with that over the last 7 years, almost 7 years that she's been a rabbi here, with programs and her personality and the way she engages people young and old. But she recently attracted a new member from Renewal because he is now his fiance. And so I want to wish Mazel Tov to our own Rabbi Fort. And Andrew, if you'll come up to the bima. So Andrew Rockman, it's a pleasure to have you here as you recently asked our beloved Rabbi Fort to get married one day. And it's also, Andrew, a pleasure to have your parents here, Roger and Iris. Mazel tov to you and your entire family. We truly have a lot to celebrate tonight. And so now I'm going to ask the cantor to lead us in a celebration Siman Tov u'Mazel Tov.
Siman Tov u'Mazel Tov u'Mazel Tov is Siman Tov. Siman Tov u'Mazel Tov u'Mazel Tov is Siman Tov. Siman Tov u'Mazel Tov u'Mazel Tov is Siman Tov. Eilanu, 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 Elocho Yisrael. Eilanu, Eilanu, Elocho Yisrael. Mazel Tov.
So I just want to share with you just a few announcements before we wrap up our service this evening. We still have a few spots available on our Beth Yeshurun Solidarity Mission to Israel this June. Our federation just got back today from their Solidarity Mission. I'd love to see you if you're interested in going to Israel, not only seeing the important sites that mean so much to us throughout the state, but also showing our solidarity by volunteering, meeting with the victims, visiting some of the sites, and learning what happened and where Israel will go forward. That's this June, beginning June 18th. There's more information on our website. Now, you may have seen when you drove in today, there's a setup out in the parking lot. We're honored again here at Beth Yeshurun to host the annual Houston Kosher Chili Cook-Off. And that's going to be here this Sunday, beginning at noon. Last year, our chili cook-off team, we think, was robbed. We think we had the best chili. So our Beth Yeshurun chef, Chef Damon, is back again, determined to win. So go to our website. You can find a link to buy tickets, or just come this Sunday to buy tickets when you come, and bring $1 bills so you can vote on your fan favorite. And if you're interested in working at the booth, no cooking involved, we still have a few spots available. Please contact our president, Jennifer Rosenzweig, and you can find information on the website. Next Friday night here at Shabbat Renewal, we'll have a special guest speaker, my lifelong friend Scott Bennett, who will share his personal experience as a heart transplant recipient and his drive to increase not only organ donation, but how it changed his life for the better. So Scott's a terrific speaker, and I hope you'll join us this upcoming Friday night, a week from tonight. And finally, hopefully all of you have seen online or in information you received from the synagogue, our annual fundraiser this April, next month, April 7th, we're bringing a world-class comedian. His name is Modi. He's absolutely tremendous. He's hilarious. He visits not just synagogues, but venues across the Jewish world. You can search for his on YouTube for his clips, and we guarantee you'll have a good evening. You can go to our website. It's starting to fill up. You can still get seats, and we have a few sponsorship opportunities available. All the information is on our website, and we'd love to see you on Sunday night, April 7th. And finally, and most importantly, I want to wish Mazel Tov to our B'nai Mitzvah, to Brooks and to Spencer and their entire families. Mazel Tov to our two B'nai Mitzvah. And we're very proud of the two of you, and we look forward to celebrating tomorrow morning beginning at 9:30 a.m. in our Baruch Sanctuary as you officially become B'nai Mitzvah. And so now it's my honor to call upon Brooks and Spencer's friends and siblings and classmates and all of our children to come up to the bima and to help them lead Kiddush and Hamotzi. It's always a pleasure to have our children and young people here on the bima. And we say to our sons, Yisimcha Elohim, Ke'Ephraim Ke'Menashe. May God bless our sons like Ephraim and Menashe and all the good boys of our tradition. And we say Amen. And we say to our daughters, Yisimech Elohim, Kesara, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. May God bless our daughters like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, and all the wonderful daughters of our tradition. And may God bless our precious children with peace always. And let us say Amen. And now please rise for the Kiddush and Hamotzi.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishani b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, b'hava uvratzon, chinchaltanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishi, ki hu yom tehila, leni Mikrae Kodesh, Zecher Letzia Misraim, Kivanu Barta, Viltanu Kidashta, Mikomim, Veshabat Kodshecha, Be'ahava Uvratzon, Chin Hotanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem